Hey, welcome back to Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Merideth. I'm your girl, Jennifer.
And I am your girl, Merideth. Yes, welcome back. So, a lot of our listeners, if you've been tuning in for the past few weeks, once we expanded past the, first hour, we have started taking on some new kind of topics. And
Yes.
one of the biggest ones that everyone loves is our Share the Sweetness, right?
That's right.
So hashtag share the sweetness. And it's something where really, because you and I both know, watching the news, even trying to get weather and traffic, you get all the negativity, which, we're not naive. We know there's drama out there. We know there's not so.
But it's so depressing.
It really is. And it's just sad when you're like, oh, every day. And of course, you can't even watch it with your kids in the room sometimes. So we thought it would be a great idea to share the sweetness, some of the sweet news going on around in our community, in our world, and share it with you. And listeners are loving it. So let's kick off today's. Go ahead, Miss Jen.
6 veterans who left high school to enlist are finally honored with diplomas.
That is so great.
Yes. 6 veterans in California who left high school to serve their country are finally being awarded their diplomas. The veterans left school to serve in World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War. During a special ceremony, a graduation ceremony that they had last week, the San Bernardino County Superintendent, Ted Alejandre, spoke of the community's appreciation for their service and sacrifice that these veterans made to ensure the safety of our great nation. A representative from the San Bernardino County Department of Veterans Affairs said he hopes the ceremony will be a small token of thanks to the veterans who risked it all, and said it's never too late to recognize them for their service.
That is so true and so great. And I know that was out of California, but man, what a great thing to do. And yeah, it's never too late, right, guys?
Yes.
Well, and another great thing we saw online was formerly conjoined 15-month-old twins are thriving after separation surgery. So it's been 5 months since these two twins, they were conjoined, Abby and Aaron Delaney, underwent a successful separation surgery at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia on June 6th. And the sisters who were conjoined at the head are now able to sit up independently, roll over, crawl, and be held separately in their parents' arms. What a blessing.
That is so sweet.
Thank you, Lord. And born in Chops Garbo's Family Service Delivery Unit, the 15-month-old girls from Morrisville, North Carolina, had spent their entire lives living in the hospital until recently when Aaron was discharged. Abby still remains in the hospital, according to CHOP at CHOP. But approximately 30 individuals we've got to give love to, of course, on the complex 11-hour surgery can be attributed to making it the 24th surgery of its kind for the hospital. I mean, can you believe it?
That's awesome.
What a blessing, and congratulations to the Delaney family. Again, we just have wonderful prayers and well wishes for Abby and Aaron Delaney to continue thriving through that surgery. I mean, it's just such a blessing, and I can only imagine having conjoined twins in any portion of the body has got to be a challenge, but hearing it was from the head, I mean, that just blew my mind. So
right.
I just congrats to the family, and what a blessing. And man, thank you for medical technology and the talent that is out there. I mean, whoa, I was just like, wow, I could not believe to hear it. And actually, I want to tell you also about something that happened, share the sweetness that happened to us last week. Okay. So if you remember, we actually, right after the show, we went to go, I guess we went over to Goodwill, right? Because, looking for stuff for Halloween and, trip stuff. Oh, yeah, because I was looking for my shoulder pads.
Yes.
Remember, for my dress. I need some shoulder pads. And they're hard to find, by the way. But when we went over to Goodwill, and we were having a good time and a good visit, and then you took off with the kiddo, and I was, still looking around. Well, I love looking around because you can just find all kinds of treasures, right? So I found these jackets with some shoulder pads in them, and I go to the line, and I'm standing in the line, and this woman comes up, and she's trying to check out, and then she was in front of me, but she was trying to check out, and then she was like, "Where's my purse? Where's my purse?" And she totally was like, all of a sudden, just the look on her face, I was like, oh my gosh, what happened? So she starts looking around. She's like, oh, and we asked her, we're like, where's the last place you put it? Or you remember seeing it? She said, I had it. I put it, I was looking at something, and I put it on the purse racks, at the ends. And I just don't remember grabbing it. And I was like, oh my goodness, are you kidding me? So I looked over at the manager, like all of a sudden I became Mama Bear. I was like, you're going to want somebody to watch the door. And I started walking around with her and I'm like, and there were other, there were many great people that were with me. It wasn't just me alone, but we were just walking around trying to ask, touching all the purses, going through, and I'm looking under the ground. And then I started going and looking because, I'm from Houston. I know what's up. So I go over to the changing room and I'm like looking down. I'm like, who's up in here? And I mean, we were just like all over the place. And of course, they were so great. Their staff, somebody was at the front watching the door just in case somebody with ill intentions was trying to leave. And I mean, we were straight up for like 20 minutes, Jen. It was crazy, right? And I was like, oh, you're going to have to call somebody because, I was like, do you have your keys, and everything. So by the grace of God, this one woman she was walking up and I could hear the young or the woman that lost her purse, in joy, and ends up that somebody else was going by and looking at some purses and saw that and was making her way up to the front and had the purse in her cart, like going up to the front to turn it in. So by the grace of God, it was so great that she was able to get her purse back.
That's so wonderful.
Whew, thank you, good people, because it could have turned really scary for that woman. And I mean, frankly, it just reminds you how wonderful our community is, because that would have been straight up so sad. I mean, she didn't have anything, like her keys, nothing. And yeah, it was really, really a situation. So of course I went into straight ghetto mode. I was like, watch the door. I'm going to start looking everywhere and start like patting down everybody. All right. So yeah, share the sweetness, everybody. Be sure to get out there, find out some sweet stories, tell us about them. But also if you want to just share some love, give us some ideas too, reach out to us on our Facebook page or through our Gmail, right? gritandgracetexas@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And I know we've got, of course, Dreamland coming up, and I've got to do a little prep work. But I want to get back to you real quick about that one, if I could, that one picture that I was talking about, Gangster White. His name is Chris. Now, he doesn't look too gangster on some of these pictures, but Chris Davinsky, I think, is the guy. Now, he has,
Okay, then he obviously wasn't the closer.
I thought he was the closer, man. I don't know. Okay, maybe he wasn't the closer, because I know you were saying Amanda was saying no, for real.
It was Peacock.
I almost said Peaches. Peaches was out there, but no, it was Peacock. My bad. But, okay, Chris Davinsky, much love, Gangster White, because you were, I don't know if it was your game face or what it was, but when you were pitching to the Dodgers, you were straight up stone cold gangster, and we loved it. Loved it so much. So bring the gangster back, because I love looking at that, and it was just really cool. Plus, now that we've nicknamed him, it just, would be fitting to have Gangster White back. So, yeah, it was really hilarious. And I got to find a picture of him doing his gangster face, but it was just really funny. Anyway, so glad I found him, because I felt like I was losing it when you were giving me all the names. I'm like, that's not him. That's not him. But, by the way, did you see some of the Dodgers? I hear the guy, like the redhead troll-looking man, he's really, really good. But I'm not a fan of his hair. Did you see this?
I actually have not been watching the games.
Okay.
I don't watch because I don't want to be a bad luck.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You said that earlier, because when I asked you and you said, well, I didn't watch it. I don't want to watch in case that's it. And I told you, and I actually advised you, okay, do not watch.
Yes.
So you're right. Yeah. So my bad. Okay. Well, listeners, we've got more.
I just want to hear the scores and go, oh!
I know. Well, and then, of course, the replays, because we'll get it to you at the end of the series.
Yes.
The greatness.
Yes.
And just reminds me, too, because Altuve being 5'6", and, I claim 5'6", so he and I have that in common. And, it's just great to see another fella of the 5'6" nature bringing the thunder, the heat, in the action.
Right.
6 home runs, I overheard one of my friends saying last night. Ryan was saying 6 home runs in the series so far from this man. I mean, what a stellar guy. And I don't think he's played for anybody but the Astros. And then I saw Biggio out there, and he looks so cute, in the behind home plate. He wasn't on the field, guys, but it's just so awesome. And I didn't see any celebrities, but frankly, that's not what the draw was. I was trying to watch the game.
Right.
But seeing Biggio, much love to that man. He's I don't know if he's homegrown, but to me, he's a homegrown Houstonian. So Anyway, let me get back to the business because we got some dreamland coming up. All right, listeners, every week we love to take y'all on, a little trip yourself because we love to travel and we hope one day we'll have the funds to actually go to the places we talk about. But why not just, explore and daydream? So we're going off to dreamland. Y'all need to join us next. Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Merideth.